Hi guys, it's Felix from Chatbot, and I'm very happy to see you here. I will give you a short tour about our product. We'll explain each of our sections, each of our features step by step, and in the end, you will be able to set up your chatbot within probably 5 to 30 minutes. Connect it to a Facebook ad, start generating leads, and then in the end, I will also give you a short introduction how you can connect all the data you have gathered through your chatbot with your CRM. So let's start right away. What are you seeing right here? This is basically the first screen you're going to see after you registered, and this is our dashboard. It consists out of various sections. The first one is basically a go-to guide how you're going to integrate your current infrastructure with our software. Therefore, you gotta connect your Facebook page in order to enable us to send out messages in your behalf. Afterwards, you should create your first campaign. There are a couple of template campaigns already within this software. That's why it's strike through already. And then you should set up a value for a new lead in order to track down how much like net value you've already gained throughout the Chatbot lead generation software. So this is this section about, and this section is about that you could see in Messenger directly how all things are working. So if you subscribe here, you will get a couple of tips within the Messenger right away. And then in the bottom part, you're going to see like how much revenue generated, how much is the net value of a lead, how much new subscriber you have. A subscriber is considered a contact, so to say. So everyone who comes into the chatbot is considered a subscriber. And in order to convert him to a lead, you have to like bring them through the chatbot funnel. And this actually here on the right hand side is a visualization how good your funnel performs right now. On the bottom you will see a graph over time how your subscriber and your leads are growing. In general, you can always select this date filter here in order to break down the analysis on a specific range of dates. This makes it possible for you to track down the results of the last 7 days, for example, which is quite useful normally when you just want to have a quick look how your chatbot is performing. On the left-hand side, there's our main navigation. So we have broadcasts, which are more like ad hoc campaigns. That means like if you have gathered a bunch of subscribers and you want to send out a specific campaign at once to all of them, you should use broadcasts. Campaigns is the section where you build up your chatbots, connect them to any kind of growth tool, which can be a Facebook ad, for example. It could also be that you want to connect it to a customer chat plugin. But the main topic of this tutorial will be that I will show you how you're going to connect it to a normal campaign, to a Facebook ad, in order to generate leads. Then you have a subscriber sections where you can browse through all of your contacts. We have a section with subscriber attributes. This is more or less like where you can define all attributes you want to assign to a subscriber in order to segment them better, in order to get more information out of them. Then you can set up segments and you have the functionality to live chat with your subscribers in order to convert lost subscribers manually. So let's start right away by connecting our Facebook page. Therefore, we just click on this button here and we will come to this page. In order to connect it, you have to authorize Chatbot with your account. So you have to log into your Facebook account. I'm already logged in, so I will continue as Felix, and then I will give the permission to Chatbot that they can basically connect the software to a page and read all the data here. So this is the Chatbot video demo page which I've already created. So I'm going to connect this one, and that's basically it. So now you will see right here that the page is successfully connected, and you can start setting up your chatbots and start generating leads. So let's hop into the campaign section. We normally bring 4 different templates already within the start. One is 2 are in German, 2 in English. One of them is about a car insurance, and one of them is about travel. Let's quickly jump into the travel one, just to give you a brief look how the chatbot builder looks like. And this is basically the main interface in order to set up a chatbot. On the left-hand side, you are going to see a lot of chat blocks. We call them chat blocks, and each chat block consists out of several messages, like you see here. In general, it will always start with the first block. So if someone clicks on a Facebook ad, they will come into this block and the chatbot will start to write. The flow is always from top to bottom, so the first subscriber will get this message here, then directly afterwards it's come this message, and this message here consists already out of two different buttons where the user can choose from. You can add buttons to every kind of message. You can also add quick replies. The difference is that you have the possibility to add up to 11 quick replies, but only up to 3 buttons. Buttons are permanent. That means if someone clicks on the button, it will not disappear. We can just check it out right now. There's like this little option here in the bottom of the chat blog section, which allows you to directly test your campaign. When you do the first test, there will appear a little pop-up where you're gonna press continue, and then the campaign will start. So here we're going to see it. The Chatbot video demo page wrote me something, and this is basically like the same what we have just set up here. So first message, second message, and the second message consists out of like 2 buttons here. So let's see, yeah, first message, second message, 2 buttons, and if you click on one button, you will see that there's an action behind it. In this case, the action is to lead the subscriber to a new blog, and so that the chat can continue. Let's just see how it's set up in the software. So this is the absolutely button. If we click on it, we see the configuration out of it. So it has a title, and it has a couple of options in the actions sections. The first one is go to blog. That means if a subscriber clicks on the button, it will lead him to a different blog. In this case, it's the question 2 blog, vacation type. You can also add an URL here, or you can add the option that he will unsubscribe. In this case, we leave it as the second block. And what else can you do? You can set up kind of like subscriber attributes in order to get information out of your subscriber, save them, and then in the end send them to your CRM. So this is basically the basic setup. What you can do here, and in order to show it to you, I want to set up a quick campaign together. So let's start by creating a campaign. We call it household insurance. So as you might guess, this chatbot is about an household insurance, which I want to sell. And in the end, I want to like warm the lead up, ask him a couple of questions, and then get the contact information from this lead. So what do we see here? That's the first message. So we can type in directly, but just by clicking into the message element, and it says, "Hi, first name." This will be replaced by the first name of the user. And we say something: "Are you interested in a new household insurance? No problems. We just have 2 more questions for you, and then we will send you a personalized offer." Then we use some emojis always. Emojis are always good because it kind of engages with the user, makes it more fun to chat. So I will add a short emoji. Then I will add 2 blocks. The first one is the question 1 block, question 1. This is about the household situation, and we will create another block which is about the size of the housing type. All right, so let's quickly start. Then what do we want to do here? We want to like lead everyone from the start block to the first question in order to continue the chat. So we use the send to block element here. We say every user goes directly to question 1. And if we refresh, you will see that now these 2 blocks will be connected. So this one is step 0 and the next one is step 1. So the chat will continue here. And here we can ask the first question. And this can be, for example, where or how is your household situation right now? Where do you live? Then going to add a short emoji like this. And we want to offer 3 different choices here. The first one would be own house, and we say household situation. That's the subscriber attribute. We want to save the answer to a subscriber attribute in order to differentiate between the answers afterwards, and we want to send this information also to the CRM. So when the sales team takes over, they see directly, okay, this user lives in a noun house instead of an apartment, and the size of the house is probably around about 300 square meters. So we say the household situation for this answer is house, and we want to lead the subscriber afterwards to the second question. All right, second choice will be an apartment. Same here, we want to lead him to the second question, and we say household situation is apartment. All right, and another one, which can be maybe shared flat, and same here, and the subscriber attribute. And you see here, actually, if you type in like the subscriber attribute, you always have the possibility to choose of an already created one, or you can also create directly a new one if it does not exist yet. So we choose household situation, and we say it's a shared flat. All right, that's it. That would be the first question, actually. And if we refresh now, we are also going to see that now all of these blocks are connected. All right, then there will be another question, and this question is about the size of the house, actually. So this is an open question where the person should reply with text. So we would use the input element, which exists out of the question. Thanks for answering, and then we can say what is the size of, and now we have the possibility to also use placeholders, and this one will be replaced directly with the answer before. So if someone has chosen house, then we'll say what is the size of your house, and if he's chosen apartment, then it will say apartment. We want to save the response as the size of the household. Create this one, and we say we should validate it as a number because we want to have it in square meter. So you can see you can also validate on text. You can use an address, you can use an email, a phone number, or a number. And what you can also do is using a regular expression. This is like more advanced, but you can use this if you want to validate for like a 5-digit number in order to validate on a zip code and stuff like this. In this case, we just want to have a number, and we want to say here, please enter the square meter. All right, then you also have the chance to add a validation message in order when the validation fails, this message will be sent out so that the user can basically like redo the input. So this would be probably, this is not a valid number, please try again. All right, so this is actually these two questions, and afterwards we say, after answering these two questions, we want to get the contact information of the user in order to convert him to a lead. So we basically are going to create a couple of more blocks. The first one will be contact information name. Then we have contact information wrong name. I will explain this in a bit. And we would have contact information email and contact information phone number. And it's always good to create each question within one block in order to track down the conversion rates of these messages afterwards. All right, so let's go to this one, and after entering the size of the household, we want to bring this one to the first block where he has to provide the contact information, and we say every user should go to the contact information name, going to refresh, and in the end this will connect these two blocks. And here we can say all right, cool, you just we have a personalized offer ready for you. We just need a couple, need some contact information in order to proceed. Then the next one will be about the name. Normally the good thing is that by default we get the first and the last name of his Facebook profile. So we can just ask him if this is his correct name, and if not, he can do the input. And if it's the correct name, he can just proceed to the next contact block. So we just asked him, is this your correct name? And then we replace it, first name. And then we say last name. And you can either say yes, and it's also good here to use some emojis. So I take this one for yes, and this one lead directly to the email because it's correct. And if it's wrong, basically, we also do a quick cross here just to make it more beautiful. Then we say it's the wrong name, so he has to go to another block where he has to input his contact information. And now you're going to see how this will look like if you split blocks. So there's like a two-way combination now. It could either go into this block, wrong name, or into the correct name, into the email block. So if it's the wrong name, we want to ask for the correct name. So the first one will be, all right, so please type in your first name. And we say we want to save it as first name and it's text. And then we're going to ask for the last name as well. Thanks. And your last name, please. All right. And then afterwards, we want to send this one to the email block. So let's continue with the email block. And here we also need an email. So we also use the input element. And we say, all right, so what's your best email? And there's a cool thing about email and phone that can be pre-populated with Facebook data. I'm going to show you this also in a bit. So that makes it pretty easy for the user to enter his email address. He just has to tap one little quick reply, which is quite cool. That's not a valid email address. Please try again. And then we say afterwards, we want to send this one to our last contact block, which is the phone one. So we're going to use this one. We refresh and it will be connected. All right. So we are almost finished. The last one will be about the phone. In order to reach you for a personal consultation, could you please provide your phone number? And then we say phone number. Want to validate this as a phone number. It's also pre-populated, and the validation message would be that's not a valid phone number. All right, that's it actually. And then afterwards, we can directly start to integrate this chatbot with your CRM. And therefore, it's quite easy to use Zapier actually. And I want to also show you this, how you can use it. So you're going to use the webhook element. The webhook element actually provides you with all possibilities to send the data to any kind of CRM. If you use Zapier, the data will be sent to Zapier, and then from Zapier you can connect it to HubSpot, Pipedrive, Salesforce, and so on, any CRM you wish. So that's very powerful. And what you have to do here is actually, it's quite easy. You just have to go to Zapier itself. Then you choose the webhook integration by Zapier. Zapier you choose as a trigger event catch hook. And When you continue here, Zapier will give you an URL. This is the custom webhook URL, and you can copy this URL and just paste it here. And then you will directly see actually what kind of data will be sent directly to Zapier. In general, this webhook elements has the functionality, if you tick this box here, that automatically all subscriber attributes which you have gathered within the chatbot will be merged in the payload. That means in the JSON object, which will be sent to Zapier then. So in order to send out this data which you have gathered here, you don't have to do anything. You can add additional things like campaign, which can be ChatJam, for example, or you want to parse the ad ID, then you can do something like this, ad ID, and this is the key, the first one, it's ad ID, and you can use our convention, which is 2 brackets, and then the attribute, in this case it's ad ID, and this will also pass the ad ID directly to Zapier. All right, so I think it's time to test it. So therefore, we just click on this little button here, and then the chatbot will start. So it greets me with my first name, and then it's already the first question. So how is your household situation right now? And I say I live in an apartment. Then it will continue with the second question. The typing is already on. That makes it a little bit more human. And the size of my apartment is 80 square meter, and that will continue the chat as well. And it has already saved that I'm living in an apartment, and the apartment has the size of 80 square meter. Then we say, okay, we have a personalized offer ready for you. Is this your correct name? And you say, yes, it's my correct name. This is going to proceed directly to the email input. So I'm going to choose this one. This is a thing which is pre-populated, which I just showed you. And here as well, so in order to reach you for a personal consultation, could you please provide your phone number? So you could either like tap this little button, or you can also type it in. I'm just going to tap it because it's more convenient. And that's it. That's a very, very basic chatbot. We do not have configured a thank you message here. That's why there's no other message coming. But the webhook is already implemented, and that means if we continue here, we want to test this. And we say, all right, we want to test and continue, then Zapier will directly show you which kind of data they have actually, find data here, which they have actually get to this specific point, and there's already a hook. This was just my little test here, and as you can see, the campaign is called ChatJam, then it's my first name, my email, the size of the household is 80, then it's my phone number, then I'm male, I'm a subscriber, and my household situation is apartment. So all these little things which I just got here, they are already sent to Zapier. And then you can say, okay, with this kind of data, I want to create a new contact in HubSpot, for example. So I would choose create an update contact, and then you continue. And this will, in the end, bring the data from our software directly to HubSpot. This is super easy. It's normally set up within 5 minutes. And Zapier gives you a very powerful user interface in order to test it. All right, that's very cool. I mean, we've just created our first chatbot. Also have implemented the connection to Zapier. So this is basically just the first step. Then we also have a second step, which will be the retargeting actually, and then the go live. What is it about the retargeting? So in order to increase the conversion rate of your chatbot funnel, we have implemented 2 retargeting messages which you can set up. And these retargeting messages will be fire if someone does not complete the chatbot. So we can say something like, hey, and then you can also say first name, you have shown some interest in to our household insurance. Are you still interested? And then we say the call to action button should be yes. And then we're going to disable this for now. And the unsubscribe button should be no thanks. So what does it mean? So if someone drops off, within your funnel, you will get this kind of message after 24 hours. And if he clicks on yes, so this is the call to action of this message, the chatbot will continue directly at the step where the subscriber dropped off. So this is very cool and very powerful, and this will boost your conversion rate of your chatbots enormously. You should also enable the second one, which has basically the same functionality. So let's just quickly go back, because there's one more thing you have to do in order to activate the retargeting. And they are like these two elements here. The first one is basically an element which subscribes to user to the retargeting. That means like every user, if you place it here at the very bottom of your funnel, at the very top of your funnel, that means like every chatbot subscriber who comes in the funnel will be subscribed to retargeting. You could also place it like further down the funnel if you just want to retarget these people who came to this specific step. So if you only want to like retarget all the people who came to the email input field, you should place this element right here. In our situation, we want to retarget everyone, but we also do not want to retarget the ones who have successfully finished the chatbot funnel. So everyone who has provided his phone number, which we then consider as a lead, we do not want to send these retargeting messages. So therefore, we're going to place the unsubscribe from retargeting message at the very end of our chatbot funnel. So this is very important. Place the subscribe to retargeting funnel either at the very beginning of your chatbot funnel or in the middle. And you should place the unsubscribe from retargeting at the position where the webhook is firing or where you consider your subscriber a lead. All right, so we just finished this one, and then we are going to continue. And this is basically the view where you can directly connect your chatbot to a Facebook ad. So how are we going to do this? This is a little bit tricky, but we made it quite easy. So it works like this. Like someone sees a Facebook ad, he clicks on the ad, he gets the first message, and you have to configure this first message within the Ads Manager. I will show you this in a bit. And then afterwards, when he clicks on the call to action of this first message, the chatbot will start. So how are we going to do this? We are creating the first message, and we say, "Hi there, nice to meet you. You are only one click away of your private personal household insurance consultation. Just press start." Like this. And the call to action we will call start. And this will create a so-called JSON object. And the JSON object, this is the thing which you have to connect in your Ads Manager. So we're going to copy this one, and then we switch to the Ads Manager. And I also have prepared a short demonstration here. So I've created a conversion campaign, and within the ad set, it's very important that you choose anything you want for conversion. I mean, if you want to if you want to optimize for lead conversion, you should choose lead here. But it's very important that you choose as the location you choose Messenger. So I've done this already, and then when we're going on the ad level, that's the place where the connection will take part. And right here, we are going to scroll down, and this is probably new for you. At the very bottom of the ad setup, there's a section so-called Messenger Setup. And what we want to do here is we want to create a new conversation, and we want to use Advanced JSON Setup. Then we press Edit, and this enables you to view this little pop-up here. We want to delete the content, and we want to paste the JSON which we just copied from our Chatbot software. We could also then directly save. This is a template, so like welcome message, maybe household insurance welcome message, November 5th, and then we couldn't say preview messenger. It's very important that you choose this specific JSON, because you see the payload is an identifier, and we read this identifier in order to start the correct campaign then. So if we preview this in Messenger, can press this little button here. It should actually start, but sometimes Facebook is a little bit buggy, so let's do it like this and just finish it up. And then click Preview Messenger. Oh, there's one little bug. Maybe we should choose as a placement no Instagram, because we do not have an Instagram account yet. So we only choose Facebook and Messenger, and this will hopefully fix this little bug here. Yeah, so now we can press Preview Messenger. Still not working. So let's publish it, then you can also test it. And this is actually it. After that, you have successfully connected your Facebook ad with the chatbot campaign you have just created. Maybe Facebook isn't that buggy this time, and we can see it. Preview message. And yeah, there it is. So hi there, nice to meet you. You're only one click away of a personal household insurance consultation. Just press start. And if I press start, the chatbot will also start. It's kind of a little bit laggy here right now, but there it is. It's already typing, and this will lead directly to the chatbot you've just created. So actually, this is pretty much it. You've just created a chatbot. Have added subscriber attributes to it. There's already one lead, because we consider everyone who came to the point where the webhook is fired a lead. Now it's time basically to put it live, to start analyzing it, start optimizing it, and there we also have a couple of tools for that. So in order to track it down, you see the amount of subscriber here, the amount of leads here, and then the conversion rate. And we also have a report section for it. This normally needs a couple of hours to pre-populate, but you will be served with a table of messages here, where we're going to see directly which message has the highest drop rate in order to optimize here. And in the funnel section, you will see directly, and that's actually what I meant earlier. That's very useful to use different blocks for different questions, because then you can see, okay, how many subscribers came into the blog and how many subscribers left the blog. So you'll see the conversion rates of the funnel directly in this view, and you can also filter by date in order to track down your performance on specific date ranges. All right, that's actually it. Then we also have a live chat section where you can type in directly and take over. So this is basically me, the only subscriber now, and you can take over the chat if the chatbot was not able to convert him, or if the subscriber or the lead has further questions that you want to answer manually. So you can also write something down here. Hi Felix, do you have any further questions? And this will be sent then in the behalf of ChatChamp. So as you see here, I just got it personally. Then we have the segments feature as well, where you can segment your people based on subscribers. But this is basically the core of our software, to create the chatbot and then to connect it to Zapier or to your CRM, connect it to Facebook. I've just shown you that. And then in the end, to test it and to analyze it and to improve it. All right, this was it for now. I think it was super helpful. You've learned a lot, and you're now able to set up your first chatbot. And if you have any questions, you just use this little button here, contact us directly. Check out our YouTube channel for more tutorials. And normally, as you can see here, there are always little hints how you're going to do the setup accordingly. So in this case, for example, in the Go Live section, here's an article how to add it to your Facebook Messenger, and this will lead you then to a proper solution how to connect it to Facebook. All right, guys, thank you very much, and it was great talking to you, and see you in a bit. Bye-bye.